Okay, guys, so we've got a 1987 Volkswagen Mark II Golf coming up now. So we're going to start having to think about filming that one. It's a really good classic car. Obviously, you know, it's going to be quite good to see on camera.
Can I just interrupt, right? Are we a classic car show now?
What do you mean?
Is that all we're doing? Because all we seem to be doing recently is classic cars. Cars that are over 30 years old. Is there any like chance we're going to do anything new anytime soon? You know, because all you ever talk about is getting cars on that are at least your age. What about us?
Oh, well, do you know what?
Because cars something modern in the spotlight for once. Okay.
A Volkswagen Mark II is a classic car that deserves the limelight.
Yeah, but so does the modern
Okay.
cars.
Well, look, I'm going to get a Mark II. We're going to meet up. We're going to do the show, and all of you are going to just be happy about it. So, here we have the 1987 Golf GTI Mark II. This car is important in so many ways. It was a time of less was more. A time of you, the car, the road. This car followed on from the brilliant Golf Mark I GTI, commonly known as the Rabbit. So the Mark I showed us that a car can be fun and fast, but it can also be practical and reliable. So the Mark II would continue to ride the wave of success that the Mark I started. Now yes, the Mark II is a little bit more refined, but make no mistake, the car was here to clean up. So the Mark II was well built, looked great, but it had a vicious side to it too. It would run through the car world like a stampede, changing the car world forever. So yes, this is one of the important ones. So one of the great things about this car is it's from 1987. 1987?
There's no denying that Mark II is cool, but you're neither wearing a leotard nor leg warmers, so we're not in the 80s. So I've brought along the Mark II's more sophisticated younger sibling. It combines everything that made every generation of the GTI great to create the ultimate enthusiast's hot hat. Not only that, but this is the GTI Club Sport Edition 40, which was built to celebrate 40 years of that GTI badge. As a result, it comes with a host of tasty goodies. On the front, we've got the usual GTI badging with a red stripe that runs along the front grille and also through the headlights. The Club Sport 40 in particular has this black stripe down the side in homage to the Mark I GTI. This car is more than just fancy badges and decals though. It's covered head to toe in fancy aerodynamics. Either side of the front grille, we've got these huge intakes that feed air straight to the brakes to improve cooling. As we look at the back of the car, we can see that there's a rear spoiler that hugs the rear window. And beneath that is a diffuser that covers two chunky tailpipes. All in all, this car is mean.
Well, it's not thoroughbred though, is it?
What are you on about? This is everything that car is, plus some.
And how many computers has that got thing?
How many airbags has that thing got?
None, we die like real men.
Well, how are we going to settle this then?
Well, I think the only way now is for us to go out, have a drive, and settle it on the road.
You mean I drive that?
And I drive that. You want to prove to me that's good? Let's go.
Go on then, tell me what's special about this car.
So, right, when you're driving it, you feel more connected, don't you?
I also feel about 10 tons heavier.
Well, yeah, I mean, we got no assists. That's true. everything manual, manual, manual. But then that's the joy of driving, is manual.
Yeah, but it just feels so heavy and uncontrollable. I mean, no wonder we've got so many computers in the cars actually helping us out, because if every car was like this, I mean, God help us.
But then when you're driving a car, part of that experience is the feelings that it makes you feel, like, you know, being on that road, seeing those views. And with a car like this, you generally feel it. It actually brought me back to feeling like I was my first time on the road again.
I do get that. But I still would rather drive a nice new Golf.
I think what you got to look at as well is with the new Golf, yeah, you got all your mod cons and all that kind of stuff, but actually, can that take it away from the experience?
I mean, I suppose the big difference that we could talk about is performance.
Yeah, okay. What's
Power-wise, what's this pushing? 120 brake?
112 when it was new.
112.
But pound per ton, this car is lighter.
Doesn't feel it.
I mean, just feel the power in this thing. Feel the power in this
The
thing.
noise!
Yeah.
It sounds better than the Mark 7.
Yeah, absolutely.
It sounds better than the Mark 7 and all this fake pop.
Yeah, the fake, the
trickery.
electronics, all of that lot. You know, look, we're going on this road, it feels good. I do
Hello.
get what you're saying though, when it comes to town driving, yeah, it is a very taxing thing, but I quite like it. I quite like being tired. You know, it's a badge of honour for your days of driving.
I mean, to be fair, you wouldn't need the gym anymore, would you?
No, exactly.
I mean, it's hard enough.
People didn't go gym in the 80s, they just drove a car.
Yeah. I mean, my legs are getting a workout, my hands are getting a workout. It's hard enough to change the fan setting on this thing in the AC.
And everything's so tactile. Top. Click,
But as long as
rap,
that
rap.
clicks, it's,
Yeah, do you know, like-
it is better than touching a screen. I'll
Yeah,
give you that.
absolutely.
And I think the more I've been driving this car, the bigger the smile's got.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate
That's
to
all
say
about.
it.
That's all about it. That's all about it. Right, so we're in this Mark 7 then, Aaron.
Yeah. How do you feel?
Well, I mean, what first comes to mind is, oh, it's so easy to drive it around town.
Comfy, isn't it?
It's comfy, but it's also like, well, it's just electric stuff, isn't it? Electric power steering, power windows, you know. And
All
yeah,
the
do you know what? It
stuff you
is
get
nice
indoors.
to see that performance monitor right there. Like,
Yeah.
That is cool. I will
You can
will
know
say.
exactly how many G's you've got to do around the roundabout. How fantastic is that?
I mean, that is cool, but I mean, I still think, why do I need it though? That's
That's the fun of it. You don't need it, but you've got it. That's
Yeah.
the joy of this car. I mean, you get so much stuff you do need, but then you get a few extra goodies thrown in on top of it. And it's so easy to do, purely based on the fact that it's all computer based.
I mean, yeah, let's go for it.
Jesus! You don't get that in the Mark II, do you?
No, that is definitely not in the Mark II.
That's not in the Mark II.
I mean, that was pure, unadulterated savagery.
That's get out of jail quick, isn't it?
Yeah, that's like the popo are coming. We gotta get out of the way.
But your face, right, as soon as you put your foot down, excitement and fear, perfectly balanced to create the ultimate driving machine. Oh,
You do make really good points. I mean, it is fun to drive. It is easy to drive, and yeah, there is that element of safety. I mean, we had a bit of torque steer going on, but all right, fine. You know, we are in over 300 horsepowers. But when I'm in that Mark II, it makes me feel something. You know, like I'm going back to a time when things were easier. You know, I feel nostalgic. This don't make me feel nostalgic.
well, it wouldn't. It's new.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's very true. Unless I'm putting my foot down, it makes me feel nothing.
Okay. Does
No.
it feel like a GTR?
I think you can't get away from that, can you? I think there's an element of that build quality from Volkswagen, and then just that unadulterated power on your foot. And I think that's what sums up a GTI, isn't it? It's
You're
put
right.
your foot down, and we're gonna go. It's
And smile.
and smile.
It forces
Absolutely.
you to smile.
I'll give this to this car. In the Mark II GTI, it's like when you smile, You're like, wait, that's fun. When you smile, it's just like, smile. You know, I think that's different. There are so many positives from this car. I just feel, you know, if this goes wrong, you know, and that's going to be in the back of your mind when you drive these fancy cars, is that if it goes wrong, like electronically wrong, for example, you are shit out of luck.
Yeah.
And yet with that Mark II, it just, you know, if it goes wrong, I'll get the hammer out. I'll get the hammer, bang, 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 hammer, sorted. This one just feels like it's not as, how can I put it? It's not as easy to live with in terms of like financial things.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But, I
in
mean,
this day and age, if you're looking for a car, but you're not willing to splash the cash, and you're not willing for expensive things to go wrong, you shouldn't get one.
No, not at all. But I tell you what, I really like this car. Cards on the bonnet. Which one are you having?
I mean, despite the prejudices that I had for this car, it did make me smile, and I really enjoyed driving it, but it made me work for it. It made me work hard, and it was a workout. And I feel like if I want a car, I don't want to feel like I'm hitting the gym every time I drive it. So quite personally, I think I'm going to be going for the Mark 7.
Yeah, I think you are right. You know, there is a bit of a gym in that car, and I think this is a great car for feeling a little bit at ease when you're driving it. You know, it ain't a hard workout, and again, you know, the sheer brutality of this thing when you do, you know, free it up a bit, you know, it's mind-boggling. And I think, you know, my issue is though, is that as fun as this is to drive, as easy as this is to drive, I feel like part of what I love about that car is the feeling it gives you. Now, not a G-force feeling, but kind of like an emotional feeling. And I feel like that car connects with me, and I feel like that is why I would take that car. It's that nostalgic feeling that I just don't think you can replicate in this one. Yeah.
That's nice. Well,
So what are we having then?
I want my car back.
Yeah,
You can have
me
yours.
too. Thank you very much.
See you later.
To ride the wave of success that the Mark I started. It's a bit loud, isn't it?
Dual climate.
Oh
Shit.
Oh! Off! Off! There you go.
This thing is me.
Now they got a fleet. How many more? Right, okay.
Yeah, ready?
Okay.